What is up, guys? So we want to talk about the Ford Bronco because everybody's talking about the Ford Bronco.
Yep.
Definitely surpassed, I think, everyone's expectations for it. I know we're really excited for it. So we just wanted to do a quick run through of like what the car is, the trims that are available, and then our opinions on it, which one we would get. So to start off, there's three different models basically. There's the Sport, which is kind of like, I'm calling it the fake Bronco because it's not body on frame, it's a crossover. It's definitely gonna be more affordable. I still think it's a cool car.
I like how it looks.
Yeah, in that class, I think it's the coolest one. Like, it beats out what Chevy and Jeep are making in that class.
Yeah.
But is it really an off-road monster like the normal Bronco? No. From there, we have the 4-door Bronco and the 2-door Bronco, which come in 6 trim levels.
Yep. I mean, starting with the base, that's the first out of your 6. It's costing around $29,000. It's pretty stripped out, but it comes with all the essentials. Comfortable interior and the off-road capability that you need. So each Bronco has a number of what they call GOAT modes, or good on all terrains. The base, I believe, comes with 6 as standard, which for most people that's going to be perfectly fine going off the road.
Very competitive with the Wrangler.
Yep, exactly.
In terms of price and what the options are on the base one.
Yep. And then next is the Big Bend, which is a little bit more money. It's $34,000 and doesn't give you that much more off-road capability. Although there's a little bit. I think you get another Go mode, but it is much more luxurious on the inside. And that's where that pricing increase is. But overall, no large change other than cosmetically.
So from there, we get the Black Diamond.
Yep.
Which is $37,000 starting price. A lot more off-road capability than the two ones we just talked about. You're starting to get the diffs. You're starting to get this, toggle switches and everything.
Yep, and the body strength and like the front and rear bumpers are both much stronger, and you're gonna get larger tires for that off-road.
Right. And then from there, from the Black Diamond, you get the Outer Banks, which is a $40,000 package, or not trim level. This one, again, you get more luxury features than the Black Diamond. It looks better on the outside. Maybe that's a subjective.
Yeah, definitely the luxury focused one of the lineup.
Right.
It's definitely going to have more luxury than off-road compared to some of the other models we're about to talk about. But if you're looking for like the off-road look and still capability, but are more focused on daily driving luxury, I would say this one's the right one for you, and it's about $40,000.
Right.
So creeping up there in price.
Yeah, we're getting close to Rubicon pricing territory. Speaking of the Rubicon, there's the Badlands trim level, which we thought was really, really cool. This one starts to look like an absolute beast.
Yeah.
You get the big knobby tires.
33 inches.
Yeah, 33 inches, which is just massive. And then you get, again, more upgraded exterior looks, more off-roading capability.
That are exclusive to the Badlands.
Right.
Badlands is intended to be the most capable off-road out of the lot, but there is sort of an asterisk, and that's to do with the next model we're about to talk about.
Right. So before we get to that one, there is something called the Sasquatch Package.
Yes.
Which again, Ford's absolutely killing it with the names on this car. They definitely have the marketing down right. So the Sasquatch Package is going to get you what's going to come on the Wild Track trim, which we're going to talk about. So it gets you the 35-inch tires, which have a much more like aggressive looking wheel. It looks really, really cool. You get more off-road features. You get the rock crawling mode.
Yeah, you get that, and also it's much more tuned for desert racing.
Right. This is like your high speed. Apparently they're going to come out with a Raptor version, but think of this kind of like the Raptor for now,
exactly.
Where it's like made to just be going really, really fast on the dunes, which those big tires will help with. Speaking of which, moving on to the Badlands, or the Wild Track Edition, which starts at $50,000. So this is probably the biggest price increase, $7,000.
Yep.
This one will get you all the things on the Sasquatch Package, plus some appearance changes on the exterior of the vehicle. We were personally a little confused why you wouldn't get a Badlands with the Sasquatch package. Maybe the Sasquatch package is $7,000. They haven't released pricing yet on that, but
the other thing is that you know, while the Wild Track does have the Sasquatch package and is thus more expensive than the Badlands has a nicer interior and off-road capabilities that are limited only to the Badlands. So it's like, why is it $7,000 cheaper than the Wild Track? Is the Wild Track just like a package? You know, you're just paying for the package?
Yeah, so Ford was saying the Badlands is like more off-road capable, like rock crawler kind of thing. That's why it has a rock crawler mode, which automatically switches your diffs on and off for you as you're going, which is a really cool feature. And then the Wild Track is more of your desert racer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sure, like, we get that, but we just weren't sure where the price difference comes from. If anyone's figured that out, please leave a comment down below. We'd love to know. Now to the important part, engine options. So, the base engine option is the 2.3 liter turbo inline 4. We're very familiar with this engine, EcoBoost engine.
Yep.
It's producing 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. As somebody with like some experience with the EcoBoost 4-cylinders, these are very fun motors. They're pretty lively.
Yeah, a lot of torque.
Yeah, even though the numbers aren't like massive or anything, like they are a lot of fun to drive. They're engaging.
Especially paired with all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
They hop off the line. They're good motors.
And then from there, you can upgrade to a better engine, which, going back to the 4-cylinder, actually, it is competitive with the Wrangler. The same horsepower number, a little less torque.
Right.
So the Wrangler will have a little more torque in their 4-cylinder option. But now you can upgrade to the 2.7 liter twin turbo V6, which goes up to 310 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque, which that's way better than the Wrangler's 3.6 liter V6. That's an older engine. It doesn't come close to these numbers. The Wrangler is only producing 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah.
So
right.
the Bronco absolutely trashes the Wrangler on this one. Hopefully Jeep comes out with a new V6 motor. And then again, like we were saying earlier, allegedly there's going to be a Raptor version, which is going to be really cool. I'm excited for that.
And it will probably have that V6 from the current F-150 Raptor.
Yeah, that'll be so cool. Then speaking of transmission, the Bronco's going to come with a manual, which is so cool. It's a 6+1 manual, +1 meaning that there's a low gear option as well in the transmission. Or you can use Ford's 10-speed auto, which I've driven in the Mustang. I liked it. It's really nice. It has the 4 overdrive gears. We'll see how it drives in the Bronco, but I'm sure it'll be great. And then, of course, you have all your low-end gearing, all the off-road stuff. It's all there. I mean, this is a very competitive vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
Now to get onto the styling, I love it. I think it looks amazing. Classic styling.
I like it, but I kind of like the Defender better, and I don't really like the Defender as much. I don't know. I'll have to see it in person, because when the Defender was released, I did not like it, and then I saw it and I liked it a lot more. I'll have to see what the Bronco looks like in person.
I think this is way more aggressive than the Defender. You get like the fender flares, and this car is much wider and much longer than the Wrangler in its 4-door version. It's gonna have some serious road presence.
Out of the Wrangler, Defender, and the Bronco, is the Bronco going to be the most off-road capable, in your opinion?
On paper, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
We'll see what testers say, because companies can always skew how they're presenting their vehicles. But from this, I think everybody was pleasantly surprised with how well Ford did.
Especially you, because we made a video a couple days ago saying how that Jeep's new products, the Wrangler and the 485 horsepower engine that they're putting in the Wrangler, you said that was going to blow the Bronco out of the park, but it's interesting that
I completely changed my mind. Okay. I mean, look, I love Ford. I've owned a Ford. I want a Ford, but I think Ford's just developed this reputation that they're kind of making vehicles that are kind of like
Yeah.
Like they keep throwing like EcoBoost motors in cars that people wished had just V8s and whatever.
Facts.
So I was very concerned that they were just gonna come out with like a crossover. Especially the Bronco Sport was the first vehicle to get leaked, and that's why everyone was like, their expectations were really low, because everyone just saw like this Ford Escape with a Bronco
that's
badge on it.
essentially what it is. I think it's a large improvement over.
No question. Like, that's an exaggeration, but like I think people were just kind of disappointed at first. I've been pleasantly surprised. I think it's so cool. Awesome. The interior is incredible, just like the Jeep. It has like a vinyl material that's washable on the seats, or you can option leather. And then it has like the whole drain plugs thing for cleaning the interior. The interior is completely waterproof. Apparently the doors are going to be easier to take off than the Wrangler.
That's huge.
They are a little bit heavier, but the hinge mechanism they're using is easier to pull them off. So Ford is claiming that you're going to be able to take them off in the morning and then throw them back on at night without having to go back to your house.
Right.
And then the car does come with bags to store the doors in the trunk. Apparently they all fit in the trunk, which is pretty cool.
That's sick.
Of course, the roof panels come off, which is also really cool. I think this looks awesome. And then Ford said they're going to be releasing over 200 accessories for the vehicle. So they're trying to compete with Mopar. Because everyone knows, like, the Wrangler's probably one of the most modified vehicles on the road.
Right. And these are like off-road accessories, like really ladder on the side.
Yeah. These are like official Ford
dope.
accessories.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, they've done a great job. Personally, I would take the Bronco, I think. Of course, I've yet to see it, so this is preliminary, but I think it just excited me so much that I would take the Bronco in the class, personally.
Awesome. So what trim level would you get? I think I would go with the Badlands, because it has the most luxury and the most off-road capability overall. And then I would spec the Sasquatch Package to get what the Wild Track has.
Right.
And we're not sure how much a Sasquatch Package is right now. You can't build one online.
Right.
But it can't be that huge of a price. So I think you can get like the looks of the Wild Track with all the other luxury and off-road features of the Badlands. If you went that route.
I have a feeling we're gonna find out that the incredible looks of the Wild Track are exclusive to the Wild Track.
Okay.
I think there's got to be something.
Right.
So for me, I would take the Wild Track. I've always loved how like the Raptor looks, and that's like a big dune runner. I would probably take the Wild Track out of all of them. Those 35-inch tires are just nuts. It's crazy. I mean, I love that they did that from the get-go.
And that red too. That red is filthy. Yeah,
it's a nice red. I really like the dark blue they have.
Right.
I've been looking at that. And then there's those doors that have like the holes in them. I'm not sure if they're holes or if it's a piece of glass, but it's kind of like the Senna where there's like a window down at the bottom. I thought that was really cool. But overall, I'm very, very impressed with the styling. Definitely classic Bronco. They knocked it out of the park, in my opinion.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How about the first edition?
So the first edition starts at $61,000 almost. It's already sold out, so too late if you wanted one. But it's a limited run. It's a mix of the Outer Banks, the Badlands, and the Wild Track.
Yeah. I think it had like it starts its life as a Badlands, but then has the Sasquatch package attached, so it gets the sort of the looks of the Wild Track with those 35-inch tires. So that's what I'm saying.
And then all the luxury.
Right, and then the color, and then obviously you're paying for like the rarity.
Yeah.
But I think that goes with what I'm saying. I think I would still get a Badlands and spec the Sasquatch.
I get that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Jeep, you got to respond. We'll see.
Yeah, well, hey, that V8, I mean, it has a lot of horsepower.
The 392 might do it.
Yeah.
We'll see how Ford responds to the 392 with a Raptor version. But I don't know. We'll have to see when it gets on the road, because I'm sure one's going to end up being the favorite. Jeep definitely no longer has control of the market, though.
That's facts. Yeah.
Other brands have tried and failed to introduce their own Wranglers, but I think Ford did it.
Yeah, if anyone's going to do it before, they got the heritage behind them.
And then I love that big screen in the middle. The dash looks really nice. You can option a B&O sound system. I mean, this thing has all the creature comforts you could want. Absolute winter monster.
American G-Wagon? Question mark.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah, I mean, let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, we really loved it. Just let us know if you hate it. Don't hold back. But so far, I think the Bronco has definitely impressed all of us for sure.
We'll catch you guys on the next one.